Alaikum everyone. Good evening to you all. Today, Saturday, the 19th of November, here on my channel, on my Instagram account, I usually go live with special guests. This evening, or today, we have a very special guest who can share with us his experience about teaching English as well as learning English. We're joined tonight with our fellow teacher from Canada. Teacher Iman is a Moroccan content creator here on Instagram, and she is joining us to share with us her experience with content creation as well as answering all your questions related to English learning. So, Teacher Iman, if you're here, please send me a request. So, just sharing. Yes. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you pretty well. Salam alaikum
Perfect.
first. How are you?
Walaikum salam. I'm good. How are you?
It's nice to see you here for the first time.
Thank you. And thank you for your patience, by the way. We have been working on this live like for the past, I don't know how many months.
Yes.
I'm so
yes.
sorry I haven't been able to do it like earlier, but here we are. Here I am. It's my pleasure to be here with you and to talk
Amazing.
to you and to our followers as well.
The pleasure is mine, and actually I've been looking forward to going live with you as with other teachers. I think I contacted you like maybe last summer or even before.
July or August.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this live for for so long,
Ages.
but we couldn't make it in September. We couldn't make it in October.
Yes.
Here we are. Yeah.
Yes,
and when we
yeah,
could make it, I think something went wrong with you there.
Yes. As you can notice, I am like layering up. I have so many layers because there's an outage here, a power outage in the area.
Oh, yes.
And I have no heating. So I'm like enduring the Canadian cold.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
It's pretty cold right there.
It's cold, yeah, it's cold. Now I'm
Yeah.
feeling the cold in the house because the heating is not on.
Okay, let's get right into it and first
Perfect.
introduce Teacher Iman to the people who are watching for the first time. Of course, your people know you. Let's introduce Teacher Iman. Who is Teacher Iman? Briefly, like.
Okay, so my name is Iman. I am an English teacher, a children's books author, and a content creator. Mainly.
Wait, so you're a teacher, content creator, and you're a writer as well?
Yes, yes.
You write books
children's
for children,
books.
right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I'm Moroccan Canadian. I currently live in Montreal, Quebec.
Did you grow up in Canada?
No, I grew up in Morocco. I came to Canada.
Where from in Morocco?
It's very complicated, but I was born in Mohammedia. And
okay.
I've lived in Sfro, and it's like a whole
mix.
I've lived, yeah, a mix. Yeah. My
Mhm.
parents are from the east of Morocco. It's like, it's a mixture.
Oh, great. That's great,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, amazing. And Teacher Iman is one of the most active teachers online. I've been following you like since, I think you've been following me also from for long. When did you started creating videos on Instagram? I think you started on Instagram.
No, actually, I started on YouTube and Facebook.
Ah, okay.
I started on YouTube with this concept of story time with Iman. So I was always into children's books. I loved reading children's books to my students here in Montreal. And I got inspired from that, and I wanted to like bring the books, the picture books that are most popular here in Canada and in North America to like a bigger audience, especially in our like North African culture, where
Yes.
we don't really find a lot of picture books. There's more like regular books like this.
Ah, okay.
So I started with that. I actually was I was posting regularly on YouTube. But at some point, I just lost the motivation for that because
Did it work for you the first time? YouTube did work?
No.
Did YouTube work for you the first time?
No, it didn't.
Yeah,
no.
I think that's the case for many teachers actually.
Exactly. Yeah.
YouTube. Let's say I could say this. It happens to me as well because I started on YouTube as well. YouTube hates teachers, but
yes.
not hate, but yeah, they never support teachers. And maybe people don't like go and like your videos will never go viral on YouTube.
No, never.
Yeah.
Because the audience is actually interested in like more
entertainment
more than education. So you're gonna have to make your videos entertaining. And we obviously cannot do that. I mean, we can, but we just have to find like a clever way to do it without going into our details, like our daily life details. Yeah. So and then I did Facebook. I was doing the same thing, story time, and I stopped. And in 2022,
story time, it's like even you were focusing more on children when you started the first time.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it was meant for children. I read books for children. I did like a whole PowerPoint presentation. I translated the books into Arabic. So you know, it was like a bilingual concept.
Yeah.
And then I started on Instagram in 2022, January. That was my
you started on Instagram in 2022. That means this year, January this year.
Yes. Yeah. It's only been like a few months, and so I started on Instagram because I felt like I focused more on pronunciation, as you can tell from my profile, because I felt like there was this gap that needed to be filled, because most teachers would talk about grammar, vocabulary, but not really touch upon pronunciation as much. So that's what I was like, okay, maybe I should do this. And also because like I myself wasn't really focusing on pronunciation back when I was learning English until a certain point where I became obsessed with it, and I worked on my you know, accent and pronunciation. I have been through the process, like I've been through all of the process, and I knew I could like share some tips and tricks for people who want to improve their pronunciation as well.
Okay, and of course, how did you find the audience here on Instagram compared to other platforms you've been working on? Like there is a difference?
Yes, Instagram is more like it's community driven, you know. It's like you really build this community. You feel it. It's not like on YouTube, like there's no like direct contact with the people. It's all in comments. Same for TikTok. It's more for, you know, fun and entertainment. Instagram, I feel like it is more adapted towards like educational content. So that's why I would actually prefer Instagram over other platforms.
Yeah,
it's been rewarding.
Yeah. See that like many teachers now, language teachers, talking about language teachers, they did like succeed here on Instagram more than they did on other platforms. And this is actually amazing, like seeing people. I can see that's the goal behind Instagram Reels, Instagram videos in general, even posts on Instagram, is more to motivate, as you said. Like maybe one of your followers now saw one of Iman's videos, and he was like, I need to sound like her, I need to speak like her. It's more motivational, more than teaching.
Yes,
And I
Exactly.
receive this type of messages. Many people told me, like, I got motivated. I wanted to speak like you, to sound like you. And this is an amazing thing, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel so like I feel rewarded every time someone reaches out to me and he's like, or she's like, I like your accent. How did you do that? Like, we see you as like this role model, and we want to speak like you. It's like I'm like, guys, you could do better actually.
Yeah,
So like our accents are just like
sure.
normal accents, right? And you could get anywhere you want. You just have
No,
to know.
it's like singing. Like people like it.
Yeah,
That's good.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
just
sure.
people like it, that's enough. I think that something about the accent is that people are being influenced by the media. Everyone wants to sound like Americans. Everyone wants to
Perfect.
sound like British people. This is how it goes. And so, Teacher Iman, we want to make use of the time we still
Hmm.
have. I mean, we already started before the time announced
Yes.
in the stories. Like we were supposed to start at 8:30, and here we
Hmm.
are starting 10 minutes before. Um, I want to start with you with the most common questions I usually receive from people, like the starts. It's all about the start. People who just started learning the language, they keep asking this question: how can I start learning the language? I mean, yeah, I'm motivated. I know that I should learn the language. I have a purpose. I have everything it takes, even have money, like to spend it
To
on
spend.
tutors,
Hmm.
etc. How can I start by myself using what's there on the internet?
Hmm. So honestly, I don't know if this sounds unpopular, like an unpopular opinion,
Hmm.
but for me, if you're a beginner, I would advise you to start with a teacher. Like it's
Hmm.
very, very hard. Like it's very hard to start from scratch on your own.
Yeah.
Um, so I would actually recommend you pick like whoever teacher you trust. Get yourself involved in courses, formal courses, because you really need the formal instruction if you're
There
a
are some
beginner.
people
If you're
now will say, "Ah, you're a teacher online, you're teaching online. You want to people to get
no,
involved."
not that. I'm just being real.
Yeah,
Like I start because coming from my experience, I started learning Spanish on my own. It didn't work.
yeah,
I had to resort to a teacher in order to see progress because I had no clue about Spanish. Like if you're starting from zero, it's better to be in a classroom with a teacher or to buy like not even buy like there could be something free on the internet, like free courses, free English courses, because you need to build up the base for that, right? You
yeah,
need to like you really need formal instruction. If you're a beginner, if you're intermediate or advanced, then yes, you could totally do it on your own. It depends on what kind of learner you are. That's like my first advice that I always
hmm.
say to my
So
students. You have to know.
get
Yeah,
yourself a teacher, get yourself a
yeah,
tutor.
yeah.
Yep.
And also, if you're advanced or you want to do it on your own, intermediate or advanced, you have to know what kind of learner you are. There
Yeah.
are so many tests online that you can like just type on Google, um, learning styles, and
Hmm.
do one of the tests and see. If you are a visual learner, you're gonna have to resort to like watching things in English.
Yeah.
Example, movies, documentaries for like formal English, series, anything that you're interested in English. You
Yeah.
don't have to like, you just have to find it entertaining. I don't know what's going on with this word. Entertaining and useful for you, right? Um, yeah, I would say watching, surrounding yourself with English as much as possible. Do it every day, like build it as a daily
Yeah.
habit.
Repetition.
Repetition,
Yeah.
consistency, and using the right resources.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. So, one of the problems that people face, especially at the very beginning, is that people wants to rush to results very quickly and wants to see progress very quickly. And that's a mistake, I guess, and I think that you share the same opinion with me. Being patient in learning languages, and I usually say to my students, I prefer to learn the language slow than learn it with like quickly, than try to force yourself to learn it quickly. You need to take time. Yeah, you need to take time. This question is repeated. How much time do I need to learn English? Do you receive this question as well?
Of course.
Yeah, every time. How much time do I need to speak English fluently?
Honestly, I don't know how to answer this question. I've tried answering it once, and people were very like unmotivated after my answer because I was like, it took me, I don't know, 10 years to get to this level. Because
I was about to ask you, how long did it take you to?
I have been learning English, or I've started learning English since I was 14, like in middle school, just like any Moroccan, right? Middle school, high school. So yeah, you do the math. It's like, it's a lot of time. It takes time, it takes effort, right? But it's just, if you're, hold on. So there's like, I'm gonna show it, right? So this is your level, and this is the time and effort, okay? If you want your level to go fast, you're gonna have to increase your effort, right? Like if you wanna jump from, I don't know, B1 to C1, you're gonna have to work hard on it, like every single day. Maybe, I don't know, 2 hours per day. Like, it really depends. I have been watching this, I've watched this video on YouTube of a young lady who sounds perfect. She sounds like a native speaker, and she's not. And she said that she was obsessed with improving her English and pronunciation to the extent that she was studying English 5 hours a day for, I don't know how long, I think 6 months or even more.
6 months.
Yeah, 5 hours a day.
That's
what it takes. Yeah, that's what it takes. It takes time. And depending on your objectives, goals, you're gonna have to adjust that.
And as you said in the beginning, learning styles, and also we should keep in mind, everyone who's watching us answering this question, you should keep in mind that that's true, but we don't have really the same abilities, the same learning abilities. Some people are fast learners, some people, they memorize, and some people by nature, they have this skill of learning languages. You find like people now talking 5 languages, 7 languages, and you wonder how could they learn this number of languages in that time. Even some of them are 15, 16 years old, and still they can speak 3 to 4 languages. Some people are fast learners, so you wouldn't be like, or you shouldn't consider the time other people spent when they learn the language. Like, it's not that just because my cousin learned English in 5 years, I have to learn it in 5 years, and if I don't, I failed. So that's
exactly
another mistake.
That's a very good point, actually. This reminds me of the multiple intelligences theory, the theory that we have so many kinds of intelligence. It's not like one kind. To be considered intelligent doesn't mean you are good at math or languages. You could be musically intelligent, you could be nature intelligent.
Of course.
It depends. So some people are linguistically intelligent. So as you said, they will learn the languages faster. Some people are not. So it's just a matter of learning style and knowing who you are and knowing your needs and catering to those needs properly.
And also like knowing the trigger, I would call it the trigger. Like, some people found that the tool, the right tool to start learning.
Yeah.
The why, yes, the why is there, of course. Everyone has to know or to determine why is he learning that language and what does he need it for. What I mean by the tool is some students, or one of my students, because I teach in real class and I teach online. So in my class, there are students who don't really care about the subject when they go to school, but they learned it like using video games. Some of them, they just watch movies and things. So they found the tool. Some of them, they just have a cousin or one of their neighbors can speak English, so they would practice with him every day, and they're like fluent. They're amazing.
Yes.
So it's just that you have to know the tool that you will use. You will find that tool. If you find it, you're
good to go. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly the way to go about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is, let's get some, I don't know if you have received questions on your, I think you posted also a question box. I have received some, or we can start answering some of them because the time is, this question from our friend here. I don't know if you can see the question on the...
I can see the question box.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when I'm alone, he said, when I'm alone, I can speak English easily, but in public, I start panicking and I become very nervous. So this is one common issue with speaking. Well, speaking is the bigger problem. People speak when they're by themselves, in front of a mirror, even when they record themselves. But when it comes to talking in public or just having a conversation, real conversation, they panic.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of normal in a sense because we're all humans. It's normal to get nervous when you're about to speak in public or when you're about to speak to someone who you don't know or your teachers or whatever. It's pretty normal. And the answer to this question or the solution to this problem is basically to tolerate this feeling, to accept it. Yeah. Because we have a hard time accepting it. It's like, no, I shouldn't be nervous. No, it's normal to be nervous. I am nervous. I am nervous now when I'm speaking to you guys. It's okay.
We even feel nervous. You know, we even feel nervous when we talk in our mother tongue, even when speaking Arabic to a person. How about a language that is not yours?
Exactly.
And you have a feeling down inside that you're not good at it and that you will fail. And you keep telling yourself each time that I'm not really that good in the language and people will laugh at me. Of course, you will be nervous.
Yeah, so the solution here is to accept the feeling of being nervous. It's normal, it's human. The second one is practice. The more you do it, the less nervous you will become. I've experienced that myself. I'm not good at public speaking. I don't do so many lives here because I get nervous. But
you went live before, I guess.
Yes, I went live like 3 or 4 times.
How was the experience with lives?
It was too much for me in terms of managing the comments and all of that. But that's why lives are like my least favorite.
Yeah, I kind of like not expert, but I do live regularly every Saturday. Yeah, regularly, and it's not that easy actually to go live, and especially when you go live regularly on a weekly basis. Have to find the subject, find what to say, interact, read in the comments. It's not easy. Exactly.
But that's what, when you do it like consistently, you become better at it, right?
Yeah, sure.
Like Abdelrazak that did like your first live is not,
of course,
it's very different from this
total huge difference.
Yeah, right? So it's just a matter of practice. Yeah. Take it as a challenge, like a défi. Like challenge yourself. Say, okay, I want to get rid of this feeling because I don't like it. I'm going to practice more and more and more. Find opportunities for public speaking and go for it. That's the only way to go. Honestly, there's no other way.
So practice.
Practice.
Yeah. But we're back to another question. I actually didn't receive it this time, but I keep receiving it each time. And I've asked the teachers that I have interviewed about it, and I received different answers to this. Okay. People, or let's link this to speaking in public or talking in general. One of the reasons why people feel nervous when they talk in public, or just when they talk one-to-one, is that they feel that their accent, there's something called accent, and there's something called pronunciation. And of course, you like this topic of pronunciation a lot. So how can we convince people that it's not a problem to have an accent? When we say to have an accent, people don't understand what does it mean. To have an accent is to sound weird when you talk, is not to sound like Americans or like British. To have an accent is to sound different when you speak English, especially the sounds of R. How can you explain this problem? The difference between pronunciation and accent. Can we pronounce well and still our accent is not good, is not considered good, is not American, is not British?
That's a very good question. I feel like, so here's the thing. I feel like accent and pronunciation are interrelated. I don't think there is like a huge difference.
Would you say that accent is pronunciation?
Not is, no.
No. Yeah.
It's not an equal, no. They're interrelated.
Yeah.
They're related. They're not the same, but they are related. When you work on your pronunciation, you get everything correct, your accent automatically like improves, I feel like, right? Like
if I pronounce the word, like the word car is pronounced car in American and car in British. If someone pronounces car, would that be a problem?
No.
Problem when it comes to interviews, when it comes to work. I'm talking about the field of work. Yeah.
No, that wouldn't be a problem at all. There are some sounds that are more critical than others. Some sounds that you have to pay more attention to because they do change the meaning, right? Yeah. One thing that you have to pay attention to is stress, word stress. We have that off all the time as Moroccans, right? Word stress is important. A few sounds are important as well. But let's say, as you said, car versus car. It's the same thing. Like it's the same.
People understand.
Yeah, you don't have to roll your R's. Like it's always, for me, it's always, I wouldn't say better, but like to sound more professional, I would say. Like people, to make your speech smoother, it's always better to work on all sounds, right? Because whether we like it or not, accents do have a little bit of influence in terms of not only your self-confidence, but also the impression that you give to people around you at work or at school. So, but of course, you don't have to work on all sounds and fix all the problems.
Yeah, especially when some people struggling with some sounds, especially the most common sound, like the R sound. The R sound is really an
it's
issue.
Not important.
Here, that's not everyone can get this sound right, and I think it's not just a matter of practice. Like some teachers, they present it like this, but I don't share the same opinion. Some sounds, or some people, they can't get some sounds, even if they practice. Even with the tricks you present to them. Some teachers, they even like say, do like this, don't twist your tongue. Sometimes it's more biological.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's why you find some sounds like Indians pronouncing words differently, sounds differently. Africans pronounce some sounds differently, and that's totally normal. And we shouldn't be ashamed of this. Just as you said, keep in mind that sometimes when you change some stress or you change some pronunciation, you change the meaning, as for park and the bark, as for a lot of words. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I share the same opinion. I agree 100%.
No, just don't confuse people when you pronounce words. That's
of course, exactly. That's the point. So here's the thing. There's you have two goals, right? You either want to sound native which is totally your choice. You could do that, obviously. Or you want to sound intelligible. Intelligible means that people can understand what you're saying. And this is more realistic, right? In terms of learning languages, foreign languages specifically. This is easier, more realistic, and it does the job, right?
Yeah, it does the job. Just make sure not to confuse people. Speak the way you can speak, and always keep in mind that no one is going to judge you. I don't know about Canada. I don't know how the situation in Canada is, but here in Morocco, unfortunately, people, like, they would favor someone who pronounce well over someone who have like a really good background and who is rich, his vocabulary is rich, over someone who just pronounced well.
Yes, of course.
Wrong. This is wrong.
It's so wrong. Yeah, it's so wrong.
I think you've been to university here in Morocco. Yes?
Yes, of course. I did my bachelor's and my master's in there.
Ah, okay, in Morocco.
Yeah.
So you can see that in Morocco, not all teachers, they are university teachers, mashallah. All of them, they are great, but not all of them have the American accent or the British accent.
Very few.
Yeah, very few.
Yeah.
And that doesn't disqualify them or doesn't make them like less professional or anything. This is just how they speak. You should accept it.
Yeah, I mean, there's this idea of accent and identity, like they're intertwined. Like you cannot, some people would feel offended changing their accent. They would feel like they will lose their identity, and that's totally understandable. I feel like that's how it goes. That's how it should be. In terms of university teachers, like very few of them have British or American accents. Those of them who have done their studies abroad, they have an accent.
And they're
but
great.
Those who studied in Morocco, like they just don't. They have.
And they're great, and I don't have any problem. I don't have any problem.
It's no problem at all.
Yeah. My students in the class, I rarely, someone watches now can confirm, I rarely correct pronunciation. It's not just because I don't want to improve their pronunciation, especially in speaking. When they speak, when they start speaking, expressing themselves, never stop them and correct their pronunciation. Because I believe that the aim is to make them speak. I've been following one of the comments that you get. I think if you remember the video you made about don't say this, or it's not. Like correction some.
Don't say Morocco, say Morocco. Yeah,
yes.
I got a lot of hate for that one.
I've seen some of the comments, and I've received such comments many times. I don't do pronunciation videos, but some people, they complain about this. They say, like, why would you change it like Morocco or Morocco? It's not a problem. Why would you want people to pronounce it like specifically like that? That's
nobody told them, like, those videos were meant for people who want to improve their accent. Like, this is what people do not understand.
Yeah.
Like, they just cannot help themselves. They cannot just move, like scroll. They have to like be picky and interfere. Like, if you don't like it, just go watch something else.
Yeah.
But I respect their opinion, and I completely understand, because I felt like most of the viewers felt offended. They felt their identity threatened because of that. It was like an identity crisis in the comment section. Yeah.
But I think it's
obviously I didn't mean to do that.
It's not about the. It's not even about identity. I guess it's you're talking about a foreign language, speaking a foreign language, and their reason is that well, if someone American comes to Morocco and he starts pronouncing things incorrectly, you would applaud. But if we say no, don't say Morocco, say Morocco. This is they take it from this side, but I think it's not like this. It's more like we want. It's not that we want to sound Americans or we want to take another identity in addition to ours. It's just that we want things to go the right way. And as teachers, this is our responsibility. I'm a teacher of English. If if I don't correct your pronunciation, if I don't make things sound good, if I don't make, I want the better for you. I want the best for you. This is my job. It has nothing to do with identity.
Yeah, but I mean, they just misunderstood the whole. It was just a fun video, to be honest. I didn't think through it. I was just, oh yeah, let's do this. You know, it was very spontaneous, but then, you know, it just didn't work that well, I guess.
Yeah, they even put comments on my lives. Why do you go live with Moroccan teachers and still you talk English? Why don't you talk?
Yeah, I get that a lot.
لازم تفهموا العربية وانتم بجوج مغاربة وكتهضروا مع المغاربة وما كتهضروش بالدارجة. Well, the answer to this, just that makes things clear. For me, it's been my concept, as you've seen, like inviting teachers. I started with foreign teachers, Americans, British, all around the world. And I continue with Moroccan teachers. And I believe that one purpose behind my lives is to make people listen to more English.
Exactly.
And here in Morocco, we have a concept teaching English using English. Not like the Middle East, they teach English using Arabic.
True, yeah. That's exactly the difference, yeah. We have never been, like, this hasn't been happening that way. I don't think it's very efficient. Maybe for beginners, yes. It's very helpful to use translation. Yeah. But for intermediate and advanced, it's more like, why would you even use Arabic? Like, this is a very good listening practice for you guys. It's like, yeah.
And it's been like demanded from all the people following me. Please talk English. Please use English. We want to hear English. Like if I'm going to do a live in Arabic, as نقول لك في اللايف as not routine اليومي or something. What would they say? Like if I'm teaching English, then I should be using English.
Exactly.
Make some effort trying to understand. And teachers of English, when they speak English, they speak for the purpose of teaching you. Yes. They are addressing people who want to learn. Not you as a viewer, as a general viewer. That's the problem that happened with your videos as well. You are a general viewer. You are not targeted. I'm not targeting people like you who just come across my videos. I'm targeting people who are really looking forward to improve their pronunciation. Same for our live. We are targeting people who look for a place where they can listen and hear English and conversation in English. That's
exactly. You said it all.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think that's we've reached the time we agreed on.
Yes.
It's 9 o'clock now.
I know.
I don't know if you have a question from your followers that you would like to
answer. Followers, the main question we've already answered. So do I need? Can I improve my English on my own if I'm a beginner? Do I need a tutor? Do I need a teacher? We've already covered that, so I don't think I have any other questions. Okay, unless we want to do like one more from the list here. So it's okay. So there's this question. Okay. How to keep myself motivated and to progress in learning English. It's not about motivation at all. If you rely on motivation in anything in life, you will not get anywhere. You just have to build the habit.
Do you believe so? It's not about motivation?
No, it's not about motivation. It's about building habits.
Because motivation is just temporary. Like you may be motivated.
Yeah, it wears off.
It just goes
away. Yeah. But if you are not motivated, but you have the habit, you took the time to build the habit, this won't matter. You'll just keep going.
That's why we stop.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why most people stop. Because they're motivated, not disciplined, not consistent.
There you go. Yes. Yeah. Consistency and discipline. That's
it, guys. I really share the same point of view, and I keep telling this. It's just always about that why, and it's not about the how. It's why you're learning. Keep your focus on the goal and set steps, set goals, and prefer very specific goals. If the more the goal is specific, the better the results. Like if
Exactly.
you just say, I want to learn English, I want to speak English fluently, you will not achieve a lot. Say, for
No,
example, by the end of this week, I want to be able to, for example, go to the supermarket and order some food. Very specific. You feel the progress. Keep your goals very achievable and clear.
exactly. That's a very good point. Setting goals and building habits. That's it.
Yeah, amazing.
In a
So,
nutshell.
Teacher Iman, I thank you so much for your time. I'm sorry for
Oh no,
keeping you,
my
yeah,
pleasure. My
for
pleasure.
this time.
It's been a pleasure talking to you and
Yeah,
talking to you guys as well. And I hope we can do this maybe another time soon.
sure. I'm looking really. I want to specify. This time was just an interview, like introducing you to the people watching.
We could do a
The other
lesson.
time, I hope that we can specify a topic and talk more about this point of pronunciation, and maybe do some regular live if you're onto this, because these are the type like free lessons that we
Free
present to me and
lessons.
you.
Of
If you're
course.
up to this, we can schedule it, inshallah.
Inshallah, inshallah. I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you so much, Teacher Iman.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
guys
you
for
so much.
watching.
Thank you.
Thank you, Abdelrazak.
Thank
Goodbye.
you. Goodbye.
Bye.
So, guys, this was our live with Teacher Iman. It's been like 40 minutes since we started this live. The live was really amazing and very fruitful. Make sure to go follow Teacher Iman and keep. Just I will save it for you to watch it later. The live will be available for you guys to watch on my account, and later tomorrow, inshallah, will be posted on YouTube if you want to watch it. And we talked about a lot of things. We talked about pronunciation. We talked about Teacher Iman's experience in teaching English and writing books. So thank you so much, and I hope you can stay tuned for other content on my account. Thank you so much, and have a great night. Goodbye.